welcome to Galactic Soul Healing. This is a collective reading for the 8th of December until the 14th. We're going to be looking at some energies we might be experiencing currently, as well as some things under the surface, things we might not be aware of that might be helpful perhaps, and also some guidance from Spirit and a galactic collective that we may wish to tap into at this time. So yeah, as always, take what resonates and discard the rest. And yeah, just like to thank the spirit guides, archangels, ascended masters, and any other ancestral guides, animal spirit guides, any spirit guides that are helping us at this time. Beg your pardon. Beg my pardon, sorry. That was really bad timing. I practiced this start and I just sneezed at the start of the third take. Okay, we'll roll with this one though. Okay, let's just, well, some cards jumped out, but I don't know, for some reason I wasn't paying attention. Let's just, okay, I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to look at some things we might be experiencing at the moment. We have, the Five of Cups. Of course, I think we're going through a bit of Five of Cups, but we have the Four of Wands. Awesome. And the World. Okay. So it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's sort of like, well, it's kind of a little bit like pretty much everyone on the planet, like the whole world, is actually going to be, is like stepping through a portal, but we're all kind of, we're kind of, I don't want to say having issues with it, but we're finding it challenging, and it's emotionally rattling. Okay, but these cups here are kind of what this is. So it's a little bit like, we might clarify as well soon with my mermaid deck, which I love. So let's look at what might be going on behind the scenes as to why. Because this is really like, like the new world. This is like us kind of awakening into our spiritual and material integration, our wholeness, our ability to integrate spirit in matter, really. And we're going to be doing that by integrating our divine masculine and divine feminine together, and also kind of stepping into that higher frequency, kind of a higher vibe way of being here. But yeah, we're kind of in this at the moment, many of us. Or we're going to be, in and out of this. Maybe we're going to be feeling this for a few weeks or something, and then we'll be feeling like that, but then something else might happen, we might go back to that. But let's just get some more info about what's going on. Okay. Yeah, directly under Five of Cups we have the Eight of Cups, and it's because we are really transitioning away from the material into the spiritual, because it's walking towards the moon and the deeper things, like the deeper meanings, what we're moving into. So we are probably at the beginnings of letting go of many of the or just letting go of a focus on perhaps on the superficial things, but trying to look deeper. And here we have the Page of Pentacles, and so he is really identifying a passion and something that he's wanting to learn about. So it's really, and that's directly under the Four of Wands there as well, and then we have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, one thing that's making it more difficult for us is that we're kind of, this is kind of a card of impatience a little bit too. It can be like passionate forward momentum, but I think what's happening here is that many of us are feeling kind of impatient with, or we're wanting to sort of run away from all of these sort of things here. You know, we don't want to deal with this, but what we really need to do is, what's going on behind the scenes is that just tuning into, like, physically, emotionally, mentally and spiritually, you know, what's more true for you, and just realizing that overall, as we're stepping through this portal, we're actually moving away from those things that don't fulfill us, and we're doing this gradually. So part of the problem is that we are thinking we have to do this quickly, or that we think we don't have enough time, or something like that. Like, there's all this, I think there's a lot of upset and panic going on around the world, but excuse me, so we're feeling like this, and we're kind of going from maybe despondency to, you know, panic, and yeah. So the guidance, I think, let's just grab some guidance from Spirit guides, just asking Spirit to yeah, because it's almost like you know, spiritually we want to get going, but our we have to allow our bodies to catch up, and our emotions, and our yeah, and this could also be a card to do about, you know, health. We have to kind of really tend to our health and well-being as well in this. Spirit guidance, we have Two of Pentacles, which is, yeah, that's definitely like a juggling. And here we have, you know, the Six of Cups, which is a beautiful, fun, light energy. So this is guidance to inject a bit more of that in, but to sort of take the edge off of this impatience and hastiness. And here we have the Swords. Yeah, we needed some swords in here, which is to do with just to kind of really settle into the mind and just get more aligned with everything. So we actually have quite a good balance here of, we've got, you know, Cups, Wands, Pentacles, and we've got a Sword now as well. So the guidance from Spirit is kind of nice. I actually really like this. It's like, this is about being flexible, okay? And this one's sort of just about, you know, being more in the present moment, kind of like a child, if we can just sort of come back into center. And this is sort of getting aligned with our truth as well. So it's becoming about being aware and being more mindful. That's being in the present, and just realizing that you're going to probably go in and out of this present moment business for a little bit, but we need to be at least flexible enough to allow ourselves to move into it, because then we're going to be able to move through this, you know, portal with more ease, and it's going to help lift us up out of this. The playful type of energy here will help us to just activate a little enough to just turn around and look at the cups, and maybe go for a little walk over the bridge, and then, you know, just sort of keep going and see what you come across. We're talking metaphorically, of course. We're talking about, you know, life. And, yeah, just slowly, small steps by small steps. And then, you know, this is actually a nice little meditative visioning, kind of quite a peaceful card. Like, it's not rushing anywhere, but it's sort of gathering ideas about what you might be passionate about. And this is like, you know, it's fine to actually move forward on that, but just make sure that it's, you know, let's just clarify the Knight of Wands, actually. So this is in what you may not be aware of, and that has sort of to do with, it might even be a tendency to sort of be a little bit attached to things that went on in the past and allowing them to influence where you're at, which is going to make it more difficult to move through this, possibly. Right, Spirit, let's just clarify the Knight of Wands. And we have, okay, the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so this is more like mental, like it's a new beginning or an insight, but it's a mental centeredness. So that is encouraging us to become more, see how that's a bit of a snap. We already have an Ace of Swords. So it's about becoming mentally focused. I mean, you could even be, if you're moving forward with your passion, just make sure that you are that you're in a good place. Let's just pull another one off the top here as well. Okay, so that is the Ten of Cups. So that's a really interesting energy as well. Yeah, which is a little bit like, the world. I mean, this is a pretty bountiful feeling, okay? But, once again, the tens in all of the suits can indicate there's a small aspect there of just being aware of other aspects of your life. Like this could literally be representing someone that just goes around and indulges their emotions all the time, and they're not, and just they're into pleasure seeking. But when it comes to perhaps taking responsibility for their lives, or having some sort of order, or being conscious of their mental health as well, and how they're impacting others. Because someone is in a Ten of Cups is not necessarily like emotionally they're feeling great, but it may not be the be all and end all in terms of, this card is not necessarily a card of deep meaning and fulfillment. This is like, okay, the relationships are all kind of cool, or I'm feeling really awesome. The World card, on the other hand, is that it's a fuller integration of the whole being. Okay, so I think what the Knight of, so that being clarified here, I think is just saying that, we could say, well, you're moving forward into, more happier feeling states if you can get your mind on board. But it's also just saying, just to kind of be aware of the deeper things as well of your soul. Let's, I think we might need to just clarify the Page of Pentacles as well. Right, let's just cut and okay, cool. Hierophant. So so that is about learning or taking not having an attitude that you know it all, but that you are continually learning, because this is how we are going to be able to adapt to the higher frequencies coming in. We actually have to be open to things, new things, such as frequencies, solar flashes. We also need to probably learn about what it means to be energetically sensitive, because many of us are becoming more sensitive, and this could be why we are going through this, because what we used to be okay with is we're now not feeling okay with it, and many people are confused by that. So it's about learning about energetic sensitivity. It's about learning about boundaries and things like that as well. Okay. how to protect oneself, how to move into high frequency environments to balance out the low frequency EMFs and things like that, if you need to be in those sort of environments a lot. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. Okay. And here we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so this is about, kind of looking at how far you've come and then just considering, what, how that's going for you. Okay, so these people are obviously embarking on she's pregnant, and they're looking at their empty basket there. So they are going to be creating a family. Okay, so this is resonant too with this idea of, so what this person here is moving towards having a family. For example, that's one meaning of that card, because to have a family is embarking on a new spiritual path for a time being, for quite a few years. So the fact that these are together, it's almost as well as like what we are doing literally when we are preparing for this portal, is we are metaphorically preparing for a rebirth, a new birth, which is like, walking through there is like birthing, like coming through a portal, which is what, when this person reaches their destination, that's what that will be as well. So it's like that's really interesting that there's literally a picture of someone about to give birth, and this is what we're doing. We're actually birthing ourselves into a new society, a new collective, like a new earth. Look, this looks like she's just coming through, or she's in the womb, or she's just come out of the womb or something. But that's actually completion, but it can be, it's like a rebirth as well. That's what I'm thinking. It's like coming full circle, literally. Well, I don't know that we need to clarify. We could just go straight to a collective. Let's clarify the Two of Pentacles. For some reason, I keep looking at that. This is about sort of how we're dealing with current energies and what we're moving through at the moment. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Clarified by the Three of Swords. So it's to do with, our heart, mind. This is what we're juggling. We're juggling our emotions and our mental states. Okay. So Spirit's saying we really need to create an awareness of what's going on with that. Okay, and I've also just pulled up the Chariot here, which is like the forward momentum. And it's interesting that we have these two little figures here. So, if one of those represented heart and mind, and this is, our soul, we're literally, our soul is going to be leading us forward as well. So I kind of like that, because there's the two elements here. We have the two and the two. Okay. So that's kind of nice. Okay, I think we might just go to Galactic Collective now. And then we'll grab some Oracle cards. I think I'm going to make the collective readings maybe a tad longer than the astrological readings. Okay, Spirit, so just tuning in now. So, just some help from a Galactic Collective to help us go through this portal and help us to kind of, I guess, get our hearts and minds on board with what our soul, and helping us to be open to the energies of our soul, really, helping our hearts and minds to be open to our soul, our higher self, and our spirit connection with Source, of course. Right, let's... Wow, that's that's nice. True compassion. Thank you, Galactic Collectives. That's awesome, because I think we do need to have true compassion for ourselves. We're actually, like many of us are, struggling with these new energies coming in, but just know that it's a shift towards the expansion of the inner, which, you know, sometimes it's not so much about thinking about it, it's about just trying different things, like being creative with something, going out, having, you know, perhaps different experiences, meeting new people, going to different places. And even if you go to the shops, you know, just be open to, if you're looking at something in the shop and someone's next to you looking at an item, you know, just strike up a conversation about it, or something like that. You know, I think we're all here to, you know, we're definitely all here to help each other with our heart healing. And the more we have a sense of that wherever we go, people are open-hearted, and that we can be open-hearted with them, then it's going to help this beautiful feeling of unity, and will help to pull us out of despondency. Like, I'm just noticing that a little more these days, that people are a little more open to just the spontaneous, you know, conversations. And it might only be like a smile and a hello, you know. And really just know that we're all souls here on the same journey, and it's really a privilege to actually come across other fellow souls that are doing the hard yakka. We're all doing the hard yakka, okay? Right, 107. There's actually 108 cards in this deck, so this is near the end of the deck. Isn't that interesting? True compassion is a deep recognition that all consciousness is part of a greater whole. Whatever one aspect experiences is experienced by this whole. Thus, when you see pain and suffering in the world, know that pain exists within you too. When you find pain within you and embrace it fully, the whole feels your love and compassion. So if you can, like, try and embrace yourself on the inside and give yourself love, that has a ripple effect. At first, this may hurt because it is natural to try to shield yourself from the pain of another, but eventually the love you share will melt away the pain. The Orion light asks you to not fear pain and to use it as a gateway to true compassion. Okay. That's kind of cool. So, you know, this is the gateway here. Okay, this is us feeling the pain. We go through the gateway, and this is almost like, you know, like the new world. Although there's not another person with that woman there, but it's we're just going to say that it's a, you know, it's a compassionate state, like this one here. Spirit's saying this is like children, but see the, you know, there's two figures there, so it's a compassionate, and there's two pentacles here. So it's about holding your heart and mind together with your soul in a, like, in lightness. Okay, if we can, more we can appreciate that we are beings of light, and that that many of our experiences are not us, they are merely experiences. Okay, even our feelings are transitory. They're not really what we are. That is just our thoughts and feelings are things that we have or that we experience, but they're not actually who we are. And so I think the more we can get a handle on this fact that we are beings of light, and the more that we can align with that idea and be that, the easier it's going to be to deal with this. And when we accept we are light, we are naturally moving towards what is more true and authentic. And this is what the swords are representing: true authenticity. We have 2 aces of swords here. Authentic, truth. You know, I mean, yeah, this is almost like, this is a light being. This is the truth of who we are. Okay, I am going to grab a deck, an oracle deck as well, just so we can, I don't want to use hammer this home, but hammer home this message. I'm almost thinking Starseed Oracle, because I think this is going to be the most resonant with us at the moment, because we're all, right, Spirit, Orion Collective, and our other galactic guides and spirits helping us, high frequency beings, you know, archangels. I really hope we can get some guidance from here, because you know, and I think it's the center card is the Page of Pentacles and the Hierophant, which is clarified by the Hierophant, and that is really about having an open mind, being open to learning, you know, learning new things, or being open to new concepts and ideas that are being presented to you, and not just dismissing them as, you know, gobbledygook or something. Here we have a card, which I've just cut the deck. This one says, I'm sorry, okay, defenselessness, righting past wrongs and uprooting. So this looks very much like this card, doesn't it? You know, our heads are down and we're sort of feeling sad, or we're feeling regretful about something. You know, if this is your, you and your higher self, you know, I mean, righting past wrongs, uprooting, or that might be you and someone else that you know, maybe a family member or a friend. Yeah, and I think this is a card about clearing, you know, just clearing the slate and starting again. So it's like going, well, you know, it's like starting over, isn't it? You want to, even with your higher self, if you feel that you haven't really connected with that in your life, it's a little bit like, you know, if you feel upset by that, you can just sort of, you know, you can apologize to your higher self. Say, look, I'm really sorry, and, you know, but can we please start over? Because I really want you, I really need you in my life. And I'm really looking forward to communicating with you. And you can think up, you know, might be able to think up some other questions and conversations you'd like to have with your higher self, for sure. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas, big picture thinking. So this is fantastic. Inspired ideas, boom. Big picture thinking. This is the big picture here. This is the full integration of spirit and matter that we want. And this could be an example of small picture thinking, of being quite stuck in a particular scenario or a particular emotion or something. But this is like reminding us to step back and look at the world around us, and to just, you know, start exploring other aspects of your environment, of your, even purpose of your relationships, or making some new friends, or exploring aspects of yourself. Of course, you know, if it's a creative activity you'd like to start doing, I think it might be a great idea, as well as something spiritual or new agey, or any type of healing modality as well. You know, natural healing modality, or something like yoga, tai chi. Big picture thinking. I really like that. That is awesome. And we're going to be juggling, you know, like this big picture, small picture, big picture, you know. But Spirit's really guiding us to, oh, here we go. Right, empathic starseed. And this is what many of us are bringing on board, is our higher frequency gifts and abilities. And a lot of it has to do with empathy and heightened sensitivity to frequencies of people, to frequencies of environments, to frequencies within us, to even our, you know, we can even become more sensitive to our own thoughts and our own feelings, and even our own behavior patterns. We suddenly become aware of them. Like, It's amazing. And that's part of this evolutionary process. That's part of this clearing and cleansing. And maybe we do need to do some self-forgiveness too. You know, that's fine. Absolutely, you know, a great thing to do. Like I always want to say, essential, you know. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. So this is Spirit just reminding us that we are becoming more sensitive and we do need to protect ourselves energetically, and you can kind of research that. You know, just Google energetic protection or or empathic boundaries for empaths or something like that. Because some of us that haven't really, you know, the word empath hasn't really come into our vocabulary, and we haven't considered ourselves to be empathic. This could be happening for people that, you know, haven't really had much experience of that before. Let's do this one here. Wow, this is called the Seven Star Sisters. Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life and Expression. What did we say about birthing? The new birth, and this is like a rebirth too, just rediscovering another aspect, a different part of life that you want to move into, or that spiritual aspect, of course. Tapestry of Life and Expression. So this is about, you know, creative expression. This can be also communication. And actually the Knight of Wands, that can also be creativity as well. Okay. And and even this beautiful child card here. You know, children are very expressive, so, you know, it's like, you know, becoming like a child here and there to just help yourself to express things. And dancing is really beautiful to do as well. That can even be, you know, you can even, a lot of emotions and upsets, even traumas, are stored in the body. So if you're feeling like this a lot of the time, maybe just find some music that you really like. And if you're at home, just sort of start moving to music, because it can really, energetically, it helps to move things through the body and move them through your consciousness, so that you can, it helps to get your energy moving energetically. That makes sense. Okay, here we go. Birth as a portal. This is another one. I didn't even really need to clarify this card, because it's just like, well, we're just birthing through that portal. We, the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Yep. So that's interesting that we've had two cards here mentioning birth. So that is what I have for you, collective. We are going through a rebirth, hence why, you know, it's like the when the baby has the teething issues. It's really great and beautiful that they're developing and growing, but there's some, you know, teething issues, which could be what we're having here. You know, some teething issues. However, the advice is to keep a flexible attitude, keep open-minded, and just create an awareness of maybe what's going on with your heart and mind, and don't try and activate your inner child, your creativity, finding new spiritual interests here, and learning about new things with the Hierophant here we have as well. So yeah, I think that's really great. I really enjoyed those messages. I'm going to get some info from that. So thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to the next reading. Bye for now.